once again, audience. When we left off, I was talking about the history behind Les Paul. Today, I thought I would talk about something seemingly boring, but something that I actually really get into. Of course, what I'm talking about is American coins. Now, what I'm going to be talking about is three topics: the origin of the name dollar, different types of dollar coins, and designs and kind of facts about the penny. Now, the name dollar actually originates from Germany, who in the 15th century had coins called thalers. This type of coin ended up becoming popular across the world, where France would eventually adopt the name Dalder, and then that would, of course, transcribe to the Spanish, who had dollars, spelled D-A-L-E-R-S. And then once we actually became America, we thought we would actually keep some of that history behind us, and we just kind of started to pronounce it differently, so we got dollar, and that's kind of the origin of it. Now, there were many different dollar coins. Unfortunately, since I do not have much money to actually trade for these, I won't be able to give you examples of dollars firsthand on this camera, but I will be able to show you pictures of them. Now, some of them include the Seated Liberty dollar. Now, this was kind of based off of the Seated Liberty dime, which I actually do have. This is what it looks like, except for, the whole thing right here. But the Seated Liberty dime became so popular that why not put it on an actual dollar? Now, there was the most notable silver dollar coin was the Morgan silver dollar, which ended up being the most successful of the silver dollars. However, there have been less successful dollars, especially like the Susan B. Anthony dollar. Now, this dollar was just horrible. It was considered the biggest failure in the history of the U.S. Mint. This is because it was about the same size as a quarter, and it was made of the same material. There were plenty of other things wrong with it, but that's just too much to talk about. All I'm going to say is that people would get really confused because they would want to spend like 25 cents on an object, on an item, and would end up spending 75 cents more than they wanted to and not get the correct change back, and which led to an eventual discontinuation of the Susan B. Anthony dollar. Now, more recently, we've had more gold dollar coins, since 1999 to 2007, we had the Sacagawea dollar, or just the Native American dollar, which did have some popularity to it. But what I'm most proud of, what we've done in recent years, is the presidential gold dollars, which we started doing in 2007, and we've been minting these. We've been minting in a sequential order for every 4 presidents each year. We are currently on Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, and Franklin D. Roosevelt. Now, here's a part that I even know a lot more about, and I can give more examples of this firsthand. The history of pennies. Now, first, they had the large cent from 1793 to 1857. Now, since these are really, really rare and excruciatingly expensive to acquire, I don't have one, but I have an example of almost every other type of coin since. Now, once we got to 1859 to 1908, we started using the Indian head pennies, which I have right here. As you can see, it actually is an Native American's head, and it was quite successful, but they ended up being discontinued in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. And They did keep some parts of its original design similar to the first type of Lincoln cents, and that is that they had types of wheat on their backs. Here is a wheat back from 1943, and here's the back of the Indian head penny. Now, in 1909, since I've already said 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, we started to actually commemorate Abraham Lincoln by putting him on the penny. And we kept that design until 1959. Now, kind of an interesting little tidbit in our history is that during World War II, 1943, we needed to use all the copper that we could use for the war effort. So we actually didn't use copper for the coins. So we actually used steel. Now here's a typical copper penny, and here is the silver, or the steel penny from 1943. Now these are actually not worth much, because I actually went to a pawn shop to actually see how much all of my coins were worth. They refused to accept this because there were still so many of them. So honestly, they're a good footnote, but ultimately worthless. Now, once we got to 1959 to 2008, we started using the Lincoln Memorial set, which, as the name suggests, have depicting the Lincoln Memorial. Now, this is the type of penny that I always was familiar with, and when they switched to the new cent in 2010, I was a little shaken. But yeah, kind of another interesting fact is that in 1982, they stopped making pennies out of pure copper because prices of copper actually increased over the years, and as it turned out, if you melted down a penny, it would actually be worth more than its face value. So what they did was they stopped making pure copper pennies, and they started having it only coated with copper. These days, pennies are only like 3% copper. The rest is zinc and a mixture of other cheaper metals. I actually have an example of this. I actually took a pair of pliers, and I actually cut open the center of two different pennies. One is from 1978, and another one is from 2012. This is the one from 1978. As you can see, it still actually has a lot of luster, and it's pure copper. Now, this one's the 2012 one is completely different. As you can see, it's silver, or looks silver in the side, and yeah, that's kind of an interesting note. Now, 2009 was kind of a awkward year for the U.S. Mint when it came to pennies, because we have been used to making these Lincoln Memorial cents for 50 years, and we wanted to celebrate Lincoln's 200th birthday by actually making a new design for the coin. But we had no clue what to do, so we made multiple different new designs for the back, and so these can actually be collectibles now. They have pictures of like Abraham Lincoln and his old cabin that he was born in. Others are like Abraham Lincoln just chopping down a tree, and others. Now the one we use today is the Union Shield penny, which, as the name suggests, it is depicting a shield on it. Now, of course, there are many different types of coins used, but for time's sake, I have to say that this is the end of the video. Maybe if I get the chance, I'll actually do a different paper. I'm not going to make an actual video of this. I'm going to write a paper about the 1933 Double Eagle $20 coin, which is an amazing story, and it actually really does deserve to have a paper. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you watch the next video. Bless you. If you sneeze during this video, bless your face. And peace off. Boop!